Okay, hi. I'm Jeff Grime. I'll be your adjunct professor in the upcoming 605 course, the Financial Decision Making for Nonprofits. Um, I'm excited about teaching it. It's a great course. Um, and so this video is just to welcome you to the course and just to explain a little bit about how it works. The first thing I want to say is that uh, I know that some of the students coming into the class probably aren't excited about financial decision making, and some of you may not know a lot about financing or financial statements or reports and all that good stuff. And some of you also may not really like numbers very much. So the course has actually been designed with you, if that's you, in mind. It starts at a fairly simple elementary level so that you can't get lost in the first week. Um, but it does progress quickly. Okay, uh, so what does that mean? It just means don't be intimidated by the course, but dive in, engage, stay up to date because the course really does move quickly. Um, and gets to some fairly sophisticated uh, topics by the end of the course. Okay, um, so that's the encouragement for those who may not have a big or a large or a deep I guess is the right word I'm looking for, background in finances. But for those who do have a lot of depth in finances, this is also a warning to you folks because in the past I've had students who were bored in the first week or two and then they kind of checked out, and then by the time they checked back into the course, oh my gosh, we had passed them by and they were playing catch up. So for all of you, please stay engaged from the get-go so that you can keep up with the course and also so that the course won't pass you by. Okay, just very quickly then, the 8 weeks, what are we going to be covering? The first week we talk about the challenging environment in which nonprofits are operating. In the second week we talk a little bit about some accounting terminology because you can't really talk about financial statements and about finances unless you have some basic language to use. Um, the third week we talk about financial statements. The fourth week we talk about financial ratios. The fifth week we talk about budgets. And in the sixth week we sort of switch gears. We move on to thinking about financial strategy and principles of making financial decisions. Week 7 we talk about managing risk. In other words, debt and the uncertainty um, that's always in the environment. You don't really know what's going to happen next month, next year, but you have to make financial decisions now. So how do you manage that risk? Um, and then finally in week 8, we sort of wrap it all up and there's a pretty challenging case study that's used as the final. Okay? Um, I guess the only other thing I wanted to mention is that in the first couple of weeks when we're going through the mechanics of financial statements and accounting principles and stuff, we'll also be talking about uh, sort of the pillars of, of sound financial decision making. And those pillars involve your organizational structure, like who's involved in the financial decision making, who has responsibilities for different aspects of it, um, good stuff like that. So organizational structure. Secondly, we'll be talking about policies and procedures as it relates to handling money, recording money, and making some financial decisions. Thirdly, we'll be talking about recording of financial transactions, and how that recording then gets rolled up into reports, and how that information is shared throughout your organization. And fourth, we'll be talking about the synergism and the interaction that has to occur between your financial decisions and your strategic and operational decisions. Right? Those two things really have to complement one another so that you can have the money and resources necessary to implement your operational strategies that in turn are designed to help you maximize mission. Okay, that was a lot to throw at you. We're at almost 6 minutes, so I'll stop there. The last thing I do want to say, and I should have done this ahead of time, right back. Let's see, I want you to all have my phone number. Right, this is my cell phone number. Call it early and often. Don't get lost. We'll have some phone calls along the way in the course, but there it is. Call me when you want. Okay? Is that there? Yeah. Oops. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Look forward to seeing you in the course, and looking forward to a fun 8 weeks. Okay. Thanks. Bye-bye.